I have got some great news for you if you are learning Portuguese and you already speak English. Guess what? You already know thousands of words in Portuguese. All you have to do is just change a few ingredients. Now this usually involves the end of the word, the suffix, but sometimes we have to change a few things before as well. After you do this, you will have a huge range of vocabulary in Portuguese ready to go. So in this video, I'm going to show you 10 different rules to hack Portuguese and make your English words into Portuguese ones. And what's great about these rules is that you can guess many words when you're having a conversation. Okay, I know it doesn't work all the time, but 9 times out of 10 it will. So let's get started. By the way, my name is Chris and I teach English here on italki. Hack number 1. Words that end in AL, like natural, also end in AL in Portuguese. It's just that the pronunciation is a little different. So for example, natural ends in an ul sound, but in Portuguese it'll be more like a ow. Also in Portuguese we stress that part of the word. So natural becomes natural and total becomes total. Hack number 2. Words that end in ENT in English end in ENTE in Portuguese. Now, most people learn this as ente because they learn a bit of Spanish, but in Brazilian Portuguese, this is actually pronounced as enche. So, for example, the word different becomes diferente and fluent becomes fluente. Hack number 3, words that end in ty end in dade in Portuguese. Again, this might not be as you imagine with the pronunciation. The E on the end is pronounced like the letter E, and the D before that is pronounced like the letter J. So it's like G, daji. So 2 common words for this suffix are city, which becomes cidade, and community, which becomes comunidade. Hack number 4. Words that end in IBLE in English change to IVEL in Portuguese. So it's just changing that B in English to a V sound in Portuguese, right? It'd be more or less the same. Well, yes, almost, but we also have to change the stress. So the stress is on the E sound in Portuguese. Let me show you how. So, for example, possible becomes possível in Portuguese, and convertible becomes convertível in Portuguese. Hack number 5, words ending in ARY in English change to ARIO in Portuguese. Again, it's not just a case of the obvious thing being different, the letter O. We also have to change the stress again. So the word like necessary becomes necessário, and the word ordinary becomes ordinário. Hack number 6. Words ending in SION in English end in SAO in Portuguese. For example, the word mission turns into missão, and the word confusion becomes confusão. Now notice that this SAO is quite nasal sounding. It's sao. It's not sao, but sao. And this is quite often the hardest part of Portuguese pronunciation for English speakers. Again, mission becomes missão, and confusion becomes confusão. Hack number 7. Words that end in GION in English end in GIAO in Portuguese. Again, this is going to be another nasal sound. So, for example, region becomes região, and religion becomes religião. And notice that that R at the start of the word is pronounced like an H. This happens with all R's at the start of the word. It's exactly the same as the letter H in English. Religião, região. The 8th hack is words ending in LY in English become M-E-N-T-E in Portuguese, which in Brazilian Portuguese is pronounced mente. So for example, the word rapidly becomes rapidamente. Remember that H sound at the start for the letter R. And basically becomes basicamente. Hack número 9, or hack number 9, words ending in E-N-C-Y in English end in E-N-C-I-A in Portuguese. For example, the word agency becomes agência, and the word fluency becomes fluência. Also, we have emergency, which can be emergência. You might be tempted to pronounce this like encia, but can you see that little hat above the E? This is like a short I sound in English, that I sound for internet. But you just need to make it a bit longer, like E, fluência, emergência. And finally, hack number 10. So this is the same as the previous one, where we just add an A onto the end. This is words that end in IST in English. It's just ISTA in Portuguese. So for example, dentist is dentista, and scientist is cientista. So I'm going to tell you a story now about someone learning Portuguese in English. The only catch is that there will be these 10 different kinds of words that I will convert into Portuguese. See if you can understand. His missão was to become fluente in Portuguese and speak naturalmente because it was necessário for his job. He bought a course through an agência in his região of the cidade for a total of 400 reais per month. He learned rapidamente and spoke with everyone, like his dentista and many jornalistas. So now you know these 10 hacks. See if you can actively listen for these when you're listening to and even when you are reading in Portuguese. Remember that when you learn a new word, try and be productive with it imediatamente so you can learn it more rapidamente. Thanks a lot for watching. I've been Chris with italki. Don't forget to subscribe to the italki channel for more tips on learning Portuguese well and quickly. And you can book a lesson with me just by clicking on this link below here in the description. Again, thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video for some more Brazilian Portuguese. Ciao.